Okay.
Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome back to our cozy corner of YouTube called the Survival Shows. Today, we are joined by an amazing guest, Jason Cermak, who star in the upcoming Lifetime movie Catfish Murder. Welcome and thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Me too. Can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Jack, um, Catfish Murders. Well, he's just a great guy. He's a great guy. What can I say? He's a single dad. He's raising his young daughter, and he's just trying to get to know his new coworker, played by Gina Holden, and kind of has a liking to her. Maybe goes about it in a bit of a wrong way, but all in all, I think he's a pretty great guy. But it's up to the viewers to figure out what they think about him.
Yeah. And what initially attracted you to the role?
I've worked with Gina Holden before. Quite a few years ago, there was Not Without My Baby, I believe it was called. Nikki DeBoer was in it, and it was directed by David Winning. And I had just an amazing time working with Gina. Lachlan Monroe from Riverdale was on that one as well. Um, so yeah, getting a chance to work with Gina again, I just jumped at the opportunity. We had a really fun time working together.
Great. And what do you think make the action in the movie so special and captivating?
Hmm, the action.
Yes.
So I have to ask you, has have you seen this movie yet?
No.
No, you
No.
haven't. Okay, because I don't. In Canada, sometimes we don't even get notification if it's been released or not because a lot of it goes to overseas or it goes to the US. So I personally have seen little bits of the movie,
Okay.
um, just doing ADR, like doing replacement where there was some sound issues. But as far as the entire film, I haven't seen the whole thing yet myself. So I think as far as action is concerned, I know for myself, the way Soran, the director, shot the movie was very not like your basic movies of the week, where they try to get something called cross coverage. You set up two cameras, you've got two actors, and it kind of shoots over them, and you do it in one take. It takes very little time, but it's very vanilla. It's very bland. Um,
Yeah.
Soren would do like a lot of camera moves. He'd do some panoramic shots. He would do a lot of oneers, they call them, where it's a single camera, but it's a challenge for the director of photography to light such a big area. Because usually you can hide lights behind the camera to light the subjects, but if you're looking all around, then you have to light the whole thing. They did a oneer with an action sequence in this movie that it's pretty significant, and we actually got it in the first take, which was if you take the focus puller, being on his game, like not having anything out of focus while the camera's moving, the stunts involved with the stunt choreographer working, me knowing what I'm doing, the cameraman doing the movements. There's a lot of moving parts, and to get it in one take was really phenomenal. So, and the beauty of getting it in one take is it's more organic that way because when you start doing something over and over and over, it starts to lose some of the life. So getting it in the first time, it's more realistic, I think. So that would be the appeal to the action.
Interesting.
Mhm.
And what do you hope audiences take away from watching Catfish Murder?
Cyber security and cyber safety. Be aware of who you're talking to on the other end. If you're talking to someone, do a Zoom, do a face-to-face Zoom or something like that. I don't know. Even now, though, AI can replace faces. You don't. Who do you know if you're really talking to the person you think you're talking to on the other end, right?
Oh.
It's it's. I think it's just something people could take away is to be like, yeah, never thought of that. Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And what was it like working with the rest of the cast on set?
Um, really, really, really good. Um, I think it was a younger cast, but Quentin James was I was doing acting classes with actually in Vancouver. So it was really nice to see his work out of the classroom on the screen. I didn't get any scenes with him, but I was actually there the days he was shooting. And there's a young actress named Zoe Christie. You're going to want to keep your eyes on her because she's an up and comer. I believe the production company that shot this movie were particularly impressed with her as far as looks, but performance and just her actor instincts. I think she's going to be a name that's going to rise up pretty quickly. And then Ashley Wood, the young girl playing my daughter, is just really, really delightful. She was in A Million Little Things. And Blake Williams, who is he was with when I was with an agency later years ago. Blake was with that agent, and that's how we met so many years ago. So to finally get to work with Blake was a real treat. Yeah, just a good young all around cast. They were just really, really great.
Great. And what can you tease about your character journey in the movie?
Ooh, I can't tease too much.
Yes.
It's up to the audience to decide. Maybe I'm a catfish. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm just a nice guy. Can't spill the beans too much on that. I can tell you from my perspective, I was just tried to approach things honestly. That's whenever I take on a character, I know if they're going to hire me, they're going to hire me because of there's an earnestness and kind of a quality about me that's a little more disarming. That's so if they're going to hire me to play a darker role or a villain, I'm going to bring that quality to it. But often they cast me because they don't want me to play the villain. So what did they do in this case? I'm not sure. The audience is going to have to find out. But I'm going to do my best if I am a villain to throw them off so that they think that I'm not a villain. That's kind of my thing.
Okay, great. And what was your favorite scene or moment while filming Catfish Murder?
Well, it's shot in beautiful British Columbia, Kelowna, and it's kind of it was a small town, kind of towards the interior. It's called the Okanagan Valley, and it was in the middle of winter, but it's really, really beautiful there. There's a ski resort called Big White, so just even shooting in that location was a highlight. And we were shooting in this one location that's there's a lot of vineyards in the area. And it was this vineyard. It was winter, so it wasn't blooming or anything, but it was this beautiful house and this vineyard. And yeah, I think one of the favorite moments for me was that one shot scene with the stunt. I had to work with the stunt choreographer and stuff to get that right, but it was a lot of fun shooting.
Great. And what makes this movie special for you?
Honestly, the fans, it really is the fans. Getting to talk to people like yourself, whom I wouldn't have met otherwise. People that really appreciate these types of movies, I really like connecting with them.
Great.
So that's why I like doing them.
Thank you. And another question and change of subject.
Mhm.
What have been some of the most memorable projects you have worked on throughout your career and why?
Hmm. There's my first feature film that I got was a movie called Passchendaele, and it was about the First World War Canadian involvement in the Battle of Passchendaele, France, and it was quite a horrific battle. That one was very special to me because I was living in Australia at the time, and the movie was being shot in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and this was back in 2005, 2006, before the days of doing self-tape auditions. And I remember hearing the project was going ahead, and I was all the way in Australia, and I contacted the casting director, and I said, is there any way I can be a part of this movie? And she said, you know what, why don't you get a video camera or something and videotape yourself, and I'll show it to the director. And that's what I did. I hired a videographer, and I went and shot these scenes from this movie and then sent it all the way. Well, it was over email, but it wasn't postage mail, but it was kind of unheard of. And I booked the role from that audition, and I didn't meet the director until I actually got to set. And that was an amazing set. It was like a war epic. So I was in the trenches with all the mud and the machine guns, and it was pretty intense. So that one's very memorable for me. That's the one that kind of launched me to start my career and to believe in doing that. And another one was with it was actually an involvement that wasn't actually a role. I got called because I was a good match to do stand-in and doubling for Matthew McConaughey on the movie Interstellar.
Yeah.
And just being a part of that with Michael Caine and John Lithgow and Matt Damon was there. I became good friends with Timothy Chalamet. He was young. He was just starting out in his career. It's really, really great meeting him, Jessica Chastain. Even though I wasn't a character on the screen, I got to be a part of this production, and that really stands out for me watching Christopher Nolan do what he does. I'm a huge fan of his, and yeah, it really changed me and really inspired me to continue on this journey.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
And the last question, can you tease something about your next projects?
Yes. There's another thriller I just finished shooting in
Okay.
Kelowna. And this one's based on the Netflix documentary Our Father, and it's about the fertility clinics where some people were doing the 23andMe genealogy to find out if they had siblings, and realized they had 80 or 90 siblings because of this fertility doctor that was using his own samples. So this is based on that, and it was a lot of fun to shoot. And I got to team up with an actress named Holly DeVoe, who I did a movie with a number of years ago as well. It was 10 years ago now. We got to set and we're like, can you believe it's been 10 years? Time flies. And I guess the pandemic took 3 years out of everyone's life, so it doesn't seem like that long. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. And that was with the director that directed Catfish Murder. Sorry. Yeah, so it was really good to work with him again. And there's another one, a Christmas movie called Creating Christmas, which I played the lead. It was about a children's author, graphic novelist, and Greer Grammer, Kelsey Grammer's daughter, plays the lead lady in it, and it's just a really cute Christmas movie. So keep an eye out for that this Christmas.
When and where will premiere? Did you know?
I heard that one's going to come out early. It's going to be in November, and I believe it's the Great American Family is the network. Yeah, it's the one that's
yes.
Yeah. And then there's another one. I did another Christmas one just recently with Lori Loughlin from one called The Heart and Full House, and that one's called An Angel's Christmas, I believe. I get them mixed up. That they changed the names on me to Angel's Fair Christmas. That's what.
Okay.
But look for Lori Loughlin and Jesse Hutchinson is in that one as well. And it's shooting Christmas movies in July, and you're sweating in your winter coat. It's always fun. But it was really good to be a part of this one as well.
Great. We will look forward to watching them.
Great. Yeah, I hope you catch them. Always a lot of fun.
Yes. And thank you, Jason, for joining us today and sharing your experience. Right. Remember that Catfish Murder will premiere Thursday, August 17th on Lifetime channel.
All right. Yes. I didn't even know that, so you've informed me. I wasn't even made aware of that. So that's good to know. Great. I'll be probably on Twitter if there's any fans that want to. I like to live tweet when things are premiering. It's a lot of fun interacting with the fans. So
great. Thank you.
Or sorry, not Twitter, X now. It's called X or something, right? They changed the name.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much again.
Thanks so much.
And thank you for watching. Bye.
You bet.